Maria de Los Angeles Moscoso was 23 years old and had 6 credit cards. By age 30, she was more than $23,000 in debt.
The saddest part was I thought I was paying my debt, but it was never the original debt. I was only paying interest. Because of my ignorance of entering the financial sector, I was getting into debt without noticing the interest.
Moscoso's wake-up call came when the bank repossessed her $10,000 Renault Clio because of missed payments. Studies show new credit card users are like kids in a candy store. It can take time for them to realize that credit isn't a license to spend. It can cause a lot more than a headache if they spend a lot more than they can earn. And Colombians do like their credit cards. According to the nation's banking regulators, in 2016, credit card usage went up more than $3.3 billion to a record $21 billion. One economist says this is just a good sign that Colombia's informal economy is becoming more formal. Cash transactions have always been much more popular here because more than 50% of the population doesn't make enough money to pay bank charges.
If people have any relation with the bank system, it is just in the level of a savings account, and just so their employer can transfer their paycheck, and they don't use anything else. So the great challenge for banks is to have Colombians take on more and more credit cards and have them use them.
And the challenge for consumers here? Getting in the habit of paying their credit card debt on time. The Colombian agency that supervises banks also pointed out that the number of past due accounts grew by 20% last year. Maria de Los Angeles learned the consequences of late payments the hard way. She says after making her car loan payments with cash advances on her credit card, the late fees and compounding interests resulted in her paying 3 times the car's value. Today, she's debt-free after renegotiating her debts and making a concentrated effort to pay it off.
The third thing I did to get out of debt was to start restricting myself on all my expenses.
According to a study of consumer payment trends by the Spanish multinational Tecnocom, Latin America's use of credit cards is growing, with Chile leading the way. Michelle Begues, CGTN, Bogotá.